I guess one of the things that really set me off on this morning, aside from, you know, this poll that just people don't know, you know, what Donald Trump is. Right, Donald Trump, and you know, he's doing really well with independents right now, and independents generally are very progressive. Keep in mind, this was Shana, when is this clip from? This was the night of Obama's re-election, right? 2012? 2012, okay. This is Brit Hume on Fox News noticing that independents broke for Obama. And basically saying, you know, I thought we were a center-right nation. Maybe not. Here's Brit Hume.
Many of us have believed, and I still basically do, that this is a center-right country. And a lot of conservatives have taken the view that liberals are really on the wane. And if you look at the night's exit polling that we've seen so far, those who self-identify as liberals are about 24%, conservatives 35%, moderates 40%. Now, this apparent outcome tells you one thing about those moderates, that there are in that category an awful lot of them who are actually liberals. You take the conservative number 35%, there's certainly a share of those moderates who are, you know, moderate to conservative. So you've still got, you know, a center-right country. Yeah, but it's more liberal than many may have thought looking at those numbers, and it got to be.
Yeah, and it's more moderate than more liberal than you thought. I mean, this is. Well, I'll get to my list, but the other thing was this story over in the Huffington Post today, which is written by I lost the last page, so I can't tell you who wrote it. But in any case, it tells the story of how Congress is using the Zika virus to weaken trucking safety. In the Senate, a measure that allows 73 hours of driving and an additional 8.5 hours of related work each week was added to a massive spending measure that will fund transportation, housing, and military construction projects, as well as the Veterans Administration. And they've added Zika funding to it, which is going to make this bill pass. Both bills would prevent the Obama administration from enforcing a regulation that briefly went into effect in 2013 that effectively capped truck drivers' working hours at 70 hours a week and ensured they could have 2 nights off in a row. This new policy insertion, the author of this article over in the Huffington Post says, it represents a trend in the trucking industry interests using must-pass spending bills to win regulatory concessions that are opposed by most safety advocates and likely could not pass as normal standalone bills. Jackie Gillen pointed out, who is the president of Advocates for Highway and Auto Safety. There has not been any congressional hearings on any of these proposals, and yet they're about to be put into law. Why? Because the trucking industry got smart and said, hey, we need to buy ourselves some politicians who can slip some legislation in here and there on our behalf. Now, I don't know. It takes some serious time to dig out who are the people who inserted these things. But this is the kind of thing that makes people say, I want my country back. You know, my country has been hijacked by these special interests in this case being corporations. You know, it was Grover Cleveland back in 1886 or 7 in his annual State of the Union, who talked about the iron heel of the corporate boot is upon the neck of the average American. President Grover Cleveland in the 1880s. It was already starting. In fact, actually, it was going full tilt boogie back then. This was back when they still put the word strike in quotes in newspapers because, you know, the strikes more often than not kind of devolved into riots because the employers brought the police or the private security guards in and just shot them up. But here in the United States, there's a broad consensus that we all like some of the things, and just consider this list, okay? Just consider this list. These are all things, by the way, or the vast majority of them anyway, things that the libertarians who have infected the Republican Party so badly, and David Koch ran as a libertarian for vice president in 1980, oppose. They don't think these are the proper roles of government, but moderates and liberals do. Medicare, Social Security, the U.S. military, the National Guard, 9/11. These are the commons, right? This is public stuff. The police, the fire department, paved roads, highways, interstate roads, public restrooms, public schools. city garbage collectors, clean air, clean water, national parks. Boy, are they under assault now. They're reprising the old wise use thing of, let's privatize the West. Public playgrounds, sidewalks, recreational facilities like basketball and tennis courts for the public, shelter facilities and soup kitchens, education or job training assistance, food stamps, the judiciary system, our court system. Don't ask for an attorney if you're arrested. Pell Grants, cures that were developed by labs using federal dollars, which is for most major diseases now. Federally regulated airplanes, federally owned, but they're regulated. This is number 27 in a list of things that runs to 102. I could continue. The post office, the National Archives, the presidential libraries, the FBI, SWAT, the bomb team squad, the Homeland Security, state troopers, homes built to code, veterans benefits. It just goes on and on.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 202-536-2370.
The bottom line is that the only way that conservatives have been able to hijack our country has been like what this trucking industry is doing, by slipping this stuff through.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.